I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And welcome back to the Washington Sports Digital Network. We are live here from the Sturgis Physical Education Center. I'm Isaac Bourne, joined here by Cameron Boyd to watch this volleyball matchup. Interconference coming off for this Washita team, coming off their first loss of conference play. Cameron, when you played volleyball back in high school, and you guys, playing for Greenbrier, you guys lost your first game of the year. What was the response following that game like afterwards?
I think it can be very disappointing. I mean, I'm sure they were upset about it, but I think it also can just be a reminder that to not be complacent because, they were, or they still are at that top spot, but they were undefeated. And so that's just a reminder to them that they're not untouchable and they still need to show up and play that way.
Well, the Tigers traveling on the road to take on the number 2 team in the Great American Conference, their number 1 competition in the Great American Conference, but now they come back home to face off against a team that's probably seen better days, the UA Monticello, almost said Boll Weevils there, the Cotton Blossoms of University of Arkansas Monticello. This team 0-13 in conference play, and they come off a game where they gave Arkansas Tech all that they could muster in 3 sets. Cameron, what does that attest to a conference like this, though, where Arkansas Tech was brought to extra points in every single set that they played against this team the other night?
I mean, even though, like you said, Monticello has had more of a difficult season, just definitely probably not going the way they want it to, I think the way that they played against Arkansas Tech really showed their fight. I mean, they did hang in there, took them to extra points, like you said. So I think that just goes to show that they do want it, and they just have to be able to bring that out of them.
And the Cotton Blossoms, they come into this one, like we said, with the loss, but also Mia Smalls, the player to really look for on this team, the only player in the Great American Conference to record a triple-double on the year. Smalls, a player that can do it all. She had 23 assists in her last outing, but also 5 kills and 9 digs. I mean, we've talked about the do-it-all ability of Courtney Hansen for Washita, but having a setter like Smalls, what challenges does that give to a team like Washita?
I mean, seeing as she can do everything that her team needs her to do, I think she's going to be one to look out for because she's going to be the one pushing points when needed. But at the same time, she has to be able to have that offense to give the ball to. You know what I mean? To set her hitters up. So I think you have to look for them too to see if she'll even have any assets to use.
And looking at Washita, I kind of always try to pick out a player every single game to talk about, but this team is so evenly balanced. The thing about this team that I'm probably just going to go talk about is the balance across all the players. I mean, Kylie Kisgan is one of the top liberos in the country. We've already talked about how she's ranked nationally in digs, but then you also got Riley Brazil and Emily Adams, both number 4 and 5 in the all-time kills list in Washita history. You've got Leah Gardner, 6th on the all-time block list in Washita history as a junior. Then you've got Courtney Hansen leading it all up front as the setter. I mean, Cameron, this team really, I didn't even mention Kaylee Thedford as well. This team really has so many great players in that starting lineup, and then also they can dig deep into their bench. But, I mean, what does that really give to a team like UA Monticello where they really kind of run out of one player like Smalls?
Yeah, I think that can be very threatening, just knowing that Washita has all these good players, and they're going to have to find ways to work around not just one person, but multiple. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge for them.
And looking across UA Monticello, in their last matchup, we already talked about Smalls. Jalen Scroggins, though, the middle blocker out of Longview, Texas, another player to look for as well. She had 3 solo blocks in that last outing. Washita having a little bit of trouble getting through some of these blocks in these recent conference matches. So we'll see how the Tigers can get around Scroggins and a couple of the other up-front hitters from this UA Monticello team. Surely a team that can give them a little bit of practice going into a hard week next week.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to definitely lift them up from their loss the other night, but also, like I said, they still need to play hard. And I was talking to Frizz earlier, and she was saying she's excited because it's just another opportunity to get better. So I think that's a good mindset going into it.
That opportunity begins in just a minute after we go over the PA system. And there you have it, folks, your starting lineups for this one. Ouachita coming into this one off a loss. We already talked about that. Same with UA Monticello. So two teams looking to get back on track here today before heading back on the road next week. Well, actually, first, they've got Arkansas Tech. Ouachita's got Arkansas Tech on Tuesday. So Ouachita beginning this two-game homestand here. Meanwhile, UAM heading on the road here. So, Cameron, final thoughts before we enter this one?
I'm just excited to see how both teams, learn to work around each other, and I'm ready to see how Ouachita comes out after this loss. They should come out, hungry for this win, and that's what I want to see from them.
And that we will see. Kaylee Thetford last game picking up her 15th match with 10 or more kills in the season. So she'll be a fun one to watch up front as well. But really, the philosophy that head coach Allison Frizzell-Kaiser has gone with all season, the ability, the wanting to really focus on that back line, and leader Kylie Kisgan has really done them well this season, Cameron.
Yeah, I think she's been a great leader back there, and I think just the way that she's even improved this year, I think she's become more vocal, more confident, and she's just helped boost the spirits of everybody on the court, I think.
And looking at the starting lineups for both teams, we'll start first with UAM. Obviously, Mia Smalls, the setter, starting for the Blossoms. Then number 4, Jalen Scroggins at the middle blocker position. Jordan Ware at the libero. Number 18, it'll be Taylor Wilson. Number 19, Brooklyn Meredith, the freshman out of Lone Oak. And finally rounding out the starting lineup, number 8, Brianna Converse. For Ouachita, it's Riley Brazil, Kaylee Thetford, Emily Adams, and Leah Gardner playing your hitters in this one. Meanwhile, it'll be Kylie Kisgan and Courtney Hansen out back. Hansen as the setter, and Kisgan in purple as the libero. Courtney Hansen, she'll start this one off from behind the line. Small, she's going to give that one up to Converse. Ouachita handles it easily. And Thetford, that one's going to go past the side and out of bounds. And UAM, the error by Thetford is going to force Ouachita to go down by 1 to start.
And I mean, that's a common mistake, but I think it's just definitely not how you want to start out your set.
And Hansen immediately is going to give it right back to Thetford, and she makes up for that mistake, put it right through the block and down. Thetford, she'll head to the bench, and coming in for her, Savannah Whitaker. Whitaker, kind of a do-it-all type player. She's mainly played defensive specialist this year, but she's shown the ability to come in and play front line when needed. Going to give it up to Converse. That one's blocked back down. The Blossoms have to go back at it again. Meredith is going to get it over the block. Hansen now gives it up to Adams. And Emily Adams finds the back corner and down. And Ouachita starting to find themselves a bit of a roll here. Whitaker, she'll be back again. Last time out at Harding, she had 1 service ace. Gardner, she's going to get on top of it, and they're going to say UAM got tangled up there. Ouachita, they take the 2-point lead after relinquishing point number 1. Whitaker back to it. Smalls, and getting it through the block that time, Isaiah Littlefield.
Yeah, very good work around the block there, especially when it was a little bit of a challenge to start out with.
Isaiah Littlefield, she'll start off this one with a kill, and they'll inch I almost said the Weevils again. The Blossoms within 1 point. Hansen over to Brazil, get it over the block, and just getting under it that time. Great defense by Cook, and that's going to turn into another point for the Blossoms.
Yeah, great defensive play there, and I mean, obviously that was exciting for her to see that effort pay off.
Cook just sliding the hand under that time is going to pay off for a Blossom point. So now she's going to loft that one right to Brazil. Hansen back to Brazil. UAM, that one's going to go past the back line. Littlefield, just a little too much strength on that hit. Ouachita back in the lead here. The Cotton Blossoms playing this one just a little too close for Ouachita's comfort. Going to give it up. Hansen to Fairchild. She's going to put it down. Nicely fielded by Cook, though, and the hit's going to go past the back line and out. That's two good hits by Cook to really overcome some of these great hits from the Ouachita front line to start. Gardner, she's going to loft that one to the back end, past the back line. Some substitutions for UAM. Coming in is number 6, Licia Echevarria. Hansen, she's going to set up Adams. Finds her all the way over on the opposite side, and Adams is going to put it down for another point.
And she kind of just like went in between the two girls on that block and ricocheted off them and was able to send that out of bounds. That was a really cool swing there.
Adams, she's been crafty at finding her way around some blocks this year. The combination of vertical and height. And right there, the Blossoms can't field that one up front, and that's going to go out of bounds. Ouachita now up by 3. Let's see if they can pull away here. Church back to serve again. That one blocked back down. The Weevils got to go back at it. I mean the Blossoms. We're going to be battling with that all night. And so far, Riley Brazil has done well in the battle against the UAM block. That's going to be another point for the Tigers. They lead by 4. Small's going to give it up. Church. Whitaker is under it. Now here's Brazil. And nice effort that time by Echeverria trying to get under it, but just not the right angle, and it's going to go out of bounds. Ouachita really starting to pull away now.
Yeah, I think they found their little stride here.
Church, she's been back there for a while, and the Blossoms able to get that one back in, having to go back behind the bench. Fairchild on the run, nicely fielded that time. Just unable to complete the play that time. Number 7, Sophia Grubbs. And Ouachita, they'll hit double digits first in this one. Church, she's back behind the line for the 4th consecutive play. That one's going to go over. Smalls. And Kisgan keeps it alive. Oh my goodness, what a play by Kylie Kisgan. Hanson able to get it over. And just unable to manage it that time as it's going to hit the top of the net and down. Great dig by Church to keep it alive, just unable to communicate up front there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like they were a little unsure on what the ball was going to do and then just didn't communicate well with each other.
Ouachita, they still lead by 5. Hanson going to give it up to Brazil now. Tries to get it over the block. Grubbs is there. And Savannah Whitaker sliding for it, but can't get there in time. UAM now on a little bit of a run of their own here. Ouachita leads 10-6. Here's Littlefield on the serve. Hanson looking over at Brazil. And she's going to put it down hard on the opposite side. Kaylee Thedford, she'll come in for Savannah Whitaker. Now Brazil back to serve. Smalls going to give it up to Grubbs. And a nice swing that time by the native of Okinawa, Japan. And Grubbs is going to pick up her first kill of the outing.
And a very good swing there. I feel like we haven't seen too many from UAM that they've been able to put down and not pass that back line. So very good swing there by her.
Hanson up to Fairchild. And that one off the left hand of Jordan Ware and out of bounds. Incredible swing that time by the middle blocker out of Cabot. Ouachita maintaining this 5-point lead. We'll see if they can overcome it and go a little bit further than that. Kisgan left-handed serve, gonna go off to the left side. Smalls. Hanson, she's gonna get a nice set for Thedford over the block and down. Kaylee Thedford, that's her second kill. Now there's 3 Ouachita Tigers with 2 or more kills here. Kisgan, that one can't overcome the net. It's going to go down for a service error for the Tigers. Kisgan, a lethal serve for the Tigers. Just every once in a while, that one will go a little low.
Yeah, just a little off on that one. And I'm sure she'll get the next one. That's just one of those little mistakes that you want to try to avoid, especially in a game like this where you do have such a big lead and you want to keep that lead.
And Hanson's going to give it up to Gardner, and she'll drop the hammer. The middle blocker out of Crandall, Texas, just showing why she is one of the most lethal hitters in this conference. 14-8 is the Ouachita lead. Hanson back to serve once again. Smalls sets up Meredith from the back row. Now here's Thedford. And can't overcome the net. That one's going to go as an attack error. Tigers still lead by 5. Can't get any larger than 6, though. Jordan Ware. Thetford, she's got to get under it, and Washita's going to have to send over the free shot. Smalls going to give it up, and Brazil under it. Hansen, and another free swing for UAM. That one's off the block to the side, and a great kill that time for Isaiah Littlefield. Hansen going to give it up to Thetford again. Wares under it, Smalls. And once again off the block, Brianna Converse starting to find her footing here in this game.
And very good method of using that block to your advantage. Sometimes that's hard to do, but she seems to have found the right way to do it.
The Blossoms inching to within 3 here. Smalls going to give it up this time. Kisgan, she's going to have to set up Thetford behind her over the block, and Smalls is under it. Converse hits it, but she's under it. Hansen now to Adams, and there's the dealing blow from the right side hitter out of Arlington, Texas. Adams and Hansen, they have themselves just a little bit of a history, I'd say, Cameron.
You know, just a little bit, just a few years of history there. Been playing volleyball together since high school.
I'd say about, what, 10 years of volleyball together?
Yeah.
Smalls trying to get it over the net that time. Sorry about that, Cameron.
That's okay. I was just going to say, give them a lot of time to develop that connection they have.
And, you know, speaking with Ace Collins on the way to Searcy just the other day, one thing he talked about is with Courtney coming to Washita, Emily almost made the decision just based on Courtney. She said, I want my high school setter to come play with me in college, so I'm going wherever she goes. And Courtney comes to Washita, Emily, she says, let's go ahead and sign that NLI right now.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust to a new setter, so I don't even blame her sticking with what she knows if she had that opportunity.
In this Washita team, most of these players have had about 4 years to adjust to Hansen. Almost all of these players, seniors other than Gardner, Thetford, and Kisgan, as that one's going to go down for a score. You know, Cameron, I'm just losing my words tonight.
That's okay. It's been a long day for the both of us.
We did have a 3 o'clock men's soccer game where the camera went down, and for the final men's soccer match of the season, Washita won that one 1-0. So I was basically doing a radio broadcast earlier. Brazil going to put that one down in the back corner, and Washita now within 7 of taking this set. Leah Gardner, she's back to serve here. Smalls looking for Converse, and that's blocked. And UAM can't field it. What a block out in the middle by the Tigers. And that's going to be a timeout for Arlicia Ortiz, the second-year head coach for UAM, and we're going to take one as well. Washita, they lead by 7, 6 away from taking set number 1. We'll be right back from the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
I've heard people say, oh, a cheetah.
Oh, Wichita.
Achita.
Oh, Achita.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
And welcome back here to the Sturgis Physical Education Center here on the campus of Washita Baptist University. Tigers lead by 7, hoping to take this one. And that one's going to go over the block, and Whitaker can't get to it. UAM inches to within 6.
I think the Tigers, they started off strong, but going throughout this set, they've really let UAM kind of come back on them.
And UAM, this team has improved over their past few games. They took their first set of conference play over Northwestern at home in late October. Then obviously they had Arkansas Tech and Harding. So two of the top teams in the conference. And I mean, just a brutal gauntlet for this UAM team, having to go through the number 3 team in the conference, the number 2 team in the conference, and now the number 1 team in the conference in 3 straight games.
Yeah, just really continually being challenged.
And so far, I mean, they've really given these teams the challenge that some of them have been hoping for. Arkansas Tech the other night, like we said, brought them to extra points in 2 of the 3 sets. Fairchild, that one's blocked. Kisgan slips, but the Tigers able to get the point somehow. You saw there Kisgan falling to the ground. She's like, well, let's go wipe this spot up just a little bit. Glad she's okay, because Kisgan, like we said, one of the most defensive liberos we've seen in this country right now.
Yeah, she's definitely an asset to the team, and I think if we didn't have her, we would be a little bit lost.
Kisgan really has been leading that back line all season, stepping into the libero position this year following the graduation of Avery Jowls last year. Small's going to give it up to Grubbs, and off the block and out. Sophia Grubbs, that's her 2nd kill tonight. 3rd kill tonight. Thank you, Cameron.
And again, just finding a way to use that block to her advantage.
The UAM team, they've been doing fairly well against this Ouachita block, but so has Ouachita been doing against this UAM block as Fairchild finds a way over and down. Now coming in for Savannah Whitaker, it's Kaylee Thedford. Last time out, Thedford had 14 kills and 55 attempts. That one's blocked. UAM back the other way. Grubbs off the top of the block. Brazil's able to get under it. Church is going to set up Thedford. What a dig by Kisgan. Now here's Thedford back to work. UAM fields it. Hanson back to Thedford. And that one's going to go down, going to grab the corner sideline. Not the corner sideline, but it's going to grab the sideline at least. Ouachita now just 3 away from taking this first set. And there's a service ace for Riley Brazil. She had one in the last outing, and here's another one in this one. Smalls, that one off the top of the block by Scroggins. Now here's Thedford. Back to Ouachita. They're going to have a good opportunity here. Fairchild on the run. Back to Ouachita. Hanson back corner. Hanson, she's going to set up Thedford. And that one's going to hit the top of the block and down. Tigers, they lead by 8 now, just 2 away from taking this first set. They're 1 away. Smalls over to Grubbs, and Fairchild's going to put it down. Haley Fairchild, a soft touch, and that's going to finish off set number 1 for the Tigers. They win the first one, 25-15. We'll be back after this break for sets number 2 and 3 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger, Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
And welcome back here to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Tigers, they win the first set by one. They win the first set and they're up by one. And just a night ridden full of plenty of mistakes here on the broadcast. I'm Isaac Bourne here with Cameron Boyd. And Cameron, you know, this Ouachita team, like we said, the big story tonight is the 2-3 loss at Harding on Tuesday. But so far in this one, they've looked a little bit more polished against a Blossoms team coming off a strong performance against Arkansas Tech.
Yeah, like I said before, I think the loss was a big upset for them, and they were definitely really frustrated to add that loss to their perfect record. But I think overall it's going to make them better. They're going to know how to come back from situations like that. So, I mean, you just got to look at it in that perspective. And I think so far they've done a great job tonight. They just need to be consistently clean.
And the two players tonight for Ouachita, Riley Brazil and Kaylee Thedford, the two hitters have combined for a total of 9 kills in just one set. Ouachita really hoping to take UAM out of this one and quickly. And so am I, Cameron. I've got a theater play to go to tonight at 7:30, and I would very much like to get my credit, my arts engagement credit tonight. Mia Smalls back to serve for UAM tonight. Smalls already with 10 assists. Hansen looking for another one as that one's going to be fielded nicely by Smalls. Off the top of the net and out of bounds. Brooklyn Meredith can't keep it in. Ouachita, they'll strike first. Substitutions now coming in as Emily Adams. Smalls going to give it up to Converse, and that's a nice hit on the back corner and down. Brazil can't get under it in time. Substitutions now for UAM. Grubbs and Echeverria are in. Now serving for UAM, here's Echeverria. Hansen, she'll set up Thedford. And that one, they're going to say it touched the block. Thedford's going to get another chance, and she uses it to her advantage. Another kill for Kaylee Thedford. That's 5 tonight. She'll go out. Coming in for her now is Savannah Whitaker. Ouachita rotation working like a well-oiled machine right now. Smalls going to give it up to Grubbs. That one's blocked. Ouachita has to go. Ouachita's going to get a free opportunity here. Now Adams going to go back down off the block, and Kisgan will set up Adams again. Ware going to get under it. And Meredith can't get it over the block, and Ouachita, they'll strike again.
And Washita being very nice with that block tonight, being very solid up front.
Tiger block has had a couple standouts this season, but I think the one you really have to talk about, Leah Gardner with 5 block assists last game, really being a very big mainstay in that middle blocker position.
Yeah, I think her and really just the whole front row would be scary to try to go against.
Like we mentioned, Gardner's 6th all-time in Washita history in total blocks. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes her to move into that top 5, and if she can do that before her senior season. Brazil, that one off the top of the block, but fielded well by the Blossoms. And Meredith is going to find that one in the middle and down. UAM now, they've tied this one up at 3 apiece. We'll see how they respond and maybe take the lead for the first time since 1-0 in the first set. Hanson going to give it over to Adams. And nice dig by Smalls, and the Blossoms are alive and well. Kisgan now going to set up Brazil. UAM playing some good defense right now. They'll stay alive. What a dive by Kisgan. Hanson over to Brazil. Over the block, and Smalls is under it again. Hanson to Gardner, and there it is. Leah Gardner picks up kill number 4 tonight.
And right as you were mentioning good defense, we saw Kylie Kisgan dive in the back of the court, so I think there's some good defense for you right there.
Kylie Kisgan, a top 5 player in the nation in digs per set, as Gardner's serve is going to eclipse the back line and out. It's all 4s on the scoreboard right now. Now coming in to serve now, Maylee Cook. Washita. She has to pull away in this one. Blossom still alive and well. That one's going to hit the top of the net. Great defense by Kisgan to move into the front row. Hanson under it. Brazil's got to get it over. And they're going to put that one down. Credit that time to the Blossoms finding the sideline, and they're going to take their first lead since 1-0 in set 1.
And a very smart move there, putting that down immediately. I mean, there was no need for the pass set hit when Washita was clearly scrambling, so they knew how to get that point in that moment.
Tigers now, they've relinquished the past 3 points to UA Monticello. We'll see how they respond. A little bit of silence here. Both teams clearing up some sweat on the floor. And you saw earlier when Kisgan slipped on the other side that there's a reason they do that.
Yeah.
Hanson up to Fairchild. Smalls now gives it up to Grubbs, and it's blocked. UAM, they've got to go back at it again. Hanson now to Brazil in the middle. Brazil back under it. Washita, they got to go back at it now. It's Brazil again. And right there, it looked like Cook just went a little too far past that line there. And that's what's going to give UAM, they're going to relinquish the point to UAM. Hanson and Adams now getting a break. Coming in for them is going to be Margaret Addison Scott and Mac Bidwell. Cameron, I promise you I know these players. Kind of having to give me a second to recall some names, even though I got their names right under me.
You had to do a lot of talking for that soccer broadcast. I think it's just got you a little messed up.
Bidwell going to give it up to Fairchild. Credit the assist to Bidwell and the kill to Fairchild, and Washita takes the lead right back. And Cameron, this unit that Coach Frizz goes with, where she puts in Bidwell and Scott to give Hanson and Adams a bit of a break, it's been fairly productive. I almost said very productive before Bidwell got the service error, but you know, Bidwell and Scott have been a great duo that have come in moments where you want to give Hanson a bit of a break. And I feel like they've been very productive this season.
Yeah, and I feel like Mac has done a great job of having to step in for Courtney. I think she's maybe not doesn't have as big of a personality as Courtney does, but that's okay. And I think I can see her growing to fill those shoes in the coming years.
And Bidwell, only a sophomore, the only other setter on this team at the moment, sets and learning under the greatness of Hansen, one of the better setters in Ouachita history. Bidwell's going to get under it. Kisgan, and just can't get the right angle. UAM's going to tie it back up at 7. But back to Mac Bidwell. Coming into this year, as a sophomore, she's still got 2 years to go under Coach Frizz, and learning under Courtney Hansen, one of the best setters that this conference has seen. I feel like Bidwell, she's got some big shoes to fill, but she's also got some great mentors under her.
Yeah, I think she definitely has some big shoes to fill, but I definitely think she's capable. She has the skill, she has the abilities. It's just about stepping into that leadership position, and I think that's something that may take a little bit of work, but I know she's capable of doing that.
Now at middle blocker, Sophie Henry, the freshman coming in for the first time in quite a while for this team. Brazil's going to hit it from the back row. That one just can't grab the back corner, so Ouachita will take the point. And what an interesting development. This front row for Ouachita, two freshmen and a junior for this team, Cameron.
I'm glad to see Sophie Henry in, though. I haven't seen her in the game in a while, and she just has so much height and jump to her that I think she has potential to be such a great player, and I just want to see that come out of her.
Where she's going to set up Converse. That one's blocked. Nice dig by Thedford. Henry's going to send it over. Now over to Converse, and that's blocked. Kisgan, she's going to set up Thedford. Great defense by UAM to keep this one alive. Converse back to it. And Kisgan, bad communication that time between Brazil and Kisgan, just unable to really talk that time. And Ouachita will relinquish the point after the long back and forth. And Cameron, now a little bit different. This front row now a whole year younger, with Bidwell taking up that front spot. And there's Henry putting down the hammer.
But, I like when Coach Frizz isn't afraid to try out her younger players and put them in there. So I think she's really just building up the future generations of the team.
And Hansen and Adams back in. They'll take over for Scott and Bidwell once again, but a great bit of time put together by the young duo. That one's going to go down in the back corner. Great perception that time by UAM.
And Sophie Henry still in there, even though the other younger players are back on the bench now.
Henry, the tallest player on this team, standing at 6'3". And I don't know how true that is. She might be about my height. I'm about 6'5", so she could be a little taller than the roster say she is. Hansen going to give it up. Thedford will shoot from the back row. Kisgan now back to Thedford. Hansen for Henry. And Sophie Henry, 2 tries and 2 kills. The middle blocker out of Waxahachie, Texas, just continuing to be lethal and really make us excited for this Ouachita team in the future.
Yeah, and good for her coming out with that confidence, just being pretty new to the team and not having too much playing time under her belt, just coming out being confident.
Smalls, she'll set up Meredith back to him. The block is going to set up UAM again. Another block. Ouachita just not allowing the ball to go into their half. Here we are. Hansen now to Brazil. That one blocked and out. That's her 6th kill of the night. No errors for Riley Brazil in 18 attempts. Savannah Whitaker, Tigers starting to pull away here. Smalls to Grubbs. And Hansen. That one, we'll see if that one went out. I think it just barely did.
Yeah, I think they did call that one out, but a good effort there. I mean, just trying to throw up something.
Trying to just get her team back in position. That's what a good leader does, and unfortunately just not in that time. Now back up to Henry and back down for Henry. Oh my goodness, what a performance for the freshman tonight. She's going to head to the bench after a great 3 for 3 on the evening. Excuse me, she's going to head to the back row, Cameron.
She's going to get to serve, and I think already she's having herself a really good game.
UAM trying to keep it alive. They will. Now Hanson to Fairchild over the block, and what a dig that time by Smalls. Hanson, the snipe to Adams. UAM keeps it alive. Meredith will send it over, and back down goes the Tigers. Brazil and Fairchild there, and no one else there but Meredith to field it for UAM. Smalls going to give it up to Scroggins. That one off the top of the net and down. You got to give credit that time to Jalen Scroggins, finding an angle to take around the block and using it. Kisgan now in for Sophie Henry. Henry finishes this little stint that she had, 3 for 3 on kills.
I mean, just one behind Leah Gardner and Haley Fairchild, so making her name known.
The last time we saw Henry playing here at the Spec, she had 10 kills in that game against Lane College earlier this season. Henry, just a player that you can already tell the efficiency is bleeding from her at that middle blocker. And there's Fairchild. She makes sure that nothing else is coming back up. Now Adams and Hanson back out, and Bidwell and Scott back in. And Bidwell a little bit further from home than a lot of these other players, coming from Franklin, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Officials calling a break here. Not sure what they're checking, but the players, they'll stay on the court for now. Not sure if the officials want to check a placement, but no coaches using their replay cards here, so.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they called on that one. I mean, there didn't seem to be any confusion about any plays or anything like that, so I'm not completely sure.
UAM is challenging the previous.
Well, there is what it is. UAM is challenging the previous play. The Blossoms trying to inch themselves back into this set. Meanwhile, Coach Frizz for Ouachita kind of just cycling through a lot of her lineup. We've seen a lot of players in this one. Riley Brazil, she's got an even 33.3% hitting percentage. She's got 6 kills and 18 attempts. Meanwhile, Kaylee Thedford, 5 kills and 16 attempts with 2 errors. But really the story that we've kind of talked a lot about tonight, freshman Sophie Henry, she came in just the peak efficiency that a lot of future Tiger fans are excited to be able to expect from her.
Yeah, and I think her height does give her a big advantage, but not only that, she's just a good player. I mean, we saw her make smart plays while she was in the front row. We even saw her serve and just be able to handle the pressure of being younger and being on the court and just still being able to perform.
Meanwhile, for the Blossoms, Mia Smalls kind of already starting to knock on the door of a triple-double. She's got 3 kills, so we're going to need a little bit more in that department. But she's got 16 assists and 6 digs. Ouachita, we may very well see one of the first triple-doubles in the Great American Conference of the year. The second triple-double of the year. Smalls had one earlier this season. But Cameron, I mean, the young talent from this team really getting to be displayed tonight for Ouachita.
And I really do love to see it, and I love just when the younger girls get the opportunity to come into the game and show that they are worthy of being on the court. And I think each of them that have gone in tonight have done a great job at doing that.
And we'll see what the call is. The official now turning around to make the call. And the call is going to be upheld. UAM's challenge is no good.
Tigers. Back to serve for 18, Matt Bidwell.
15-12, Tigers lead. Bidwell back to serve. Now going to give it up to Scroggins. It's blocked. This Ouachita block continuing to be strong here. It's Grubbs and cannot find inside the bounds. That one's going to go out, and Ouachita will take the point.
And a great watch by Mack over there on that side. Sometimes it's hard to tell which side of the line it's going to be on, but she did a great job watching the ball all the way through.
Bidwell, she'll serve again. Now she's going to give it up to Scott. That one fielded well that time by the Blossoms, and they're still alive. Whitaker, nice dig. Smalls now. That one's blocked off the antenna and out. The Blossoms inch within 3. UAM making this set interesting so far. Now substitutions for UAM coming in for the first time today. It's number 18, Taylor Wilson. Now we have a little bit more clarification on the challenge. It was trying to see if one of the players for Ouachita hit the net, but either way, that call was upheld. Now here's Brazil. UAM able to get that one over. Bidwell now up to Fairchild. And that one put down in the back corner for the Blossoms. "45 minutes into this one, almost halfway through set number 2. Bidwell going to give it up to Fairchild on the run. That one's blocked back down, and UAM, they've made this one interesting here.
Yeah, really, like they did with Arkansas Tech, just hanging in there as best they can.
Wilson, she'll serve again. Transfer from Sul Ross State. There's Whitaker from the back row. Nice dig that time by Ware, but it's blocked by Ouachita. The attempt by Scroggins to try to get it over the net is not well found, and Ouachita, they'll take the point. Now just 8 away here. And Scroggins is going to find that one inside and get it off the block and down.
And still, even though that wasn't a successful block, Ouachita has just been able to get a lot of block touches tonight. I think with that becoming more consistent, they will be a force to be reckoned with.
And Margaret Addison Scott says, no more of this comeback. I'm going to put this one down for a score. Now here is Sophie Henry in the game for Haley Fairchild. And really, a lot of these older players, they're getting a little bit of a rest tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, it's fun to see these newer players coming in.
This might be the first time I've seen Courtney Hansen not sweating. As now Bidwell's been in for quite a while. Henry, that one's not going to be fielded, and she'll keep from having the 100% hitting percentage on the night. Blossoms battling here. Tigers still within 7 of the win. Smalls back to serve. An update on her. She's still got 3 kills, but now up to 18 assists. Whitaker over the block. Nicely fielded. That one's blocked. Nice dig by Kisgan. Bidwell on top of it, and Scott. Tigers able to get a good set hit that time. And Whitaker trying to just etch it over the net, but just not able to, and we've got a tie game here.
Yeah, I think maybe the set on that one was a little bit off or a little bit hard to get to, and Whitaker tried to do what she could with it. It just didn't quite work out for her.
Bidwell going to give that one up to Whitaker off the top of the block, but well fielded by the Blossoms, and the kills just slightly going to be to the left and out. Courtney Hansen and Emily Adams back in for the duo of Bidwell and Scott. Hansen's like, I'm not tired. I want to play some more. I want to play some more volleyball. Hansen, a player that typically really doesn't ever see the bench in a lot of these games, and that's just because of her value as a setter for this team. Smalls gonna make the setup, and UAM They're not able to get that one back over the net, and Tigers now are going to hit 20. Hanson, here she is once again. UAM scrambling for it.
And the fan.
And Ware has to send it over, but just not over the net. Ouachita within 4. Tigers now just looking to drop the hammer and finish this one off. Sophie Henry still in that front row. We have not seen Leah Gardner in quite a while. Hanson, that one's going to hit the net and down. Service error for the setter. Now coming in for Taylor Wilson. Here's Sophia Grubbs. Licia Echeverria back to serve now for UAM. They're within 2 of this Ouachita team. Still a very winnable set for the Blossoms. Henry, she's going to hit the official on the sideline, but still going to be out of bounds for Ouachita. UAM inches within 1 here.
And a very powerful swing. I think she just needed to get on top of it more. She was a little behind it. That's why it went sailing out of bounds the way it did.
That one will loft into Ouachita territory. Hanson will send it over. Grubbs, that one's blocked and past the defense of UAM. Three away, Savannah Whitaker. And that's going to be a timeout for UAM. Very few timeouts here called, but with 3 points away for Ouachita, the Blossoms want to talk it over. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We've got about 20 seconds before we resume play. And once again, Gavin Wallace, our producer, catching us with pizza in our mouths. So, I mean, going into this one, we've already talked a lot about a lot of these stories. And to be honest, we're kind of running out of them here. But UAM calling the timeout before the break, trying to inch this team back in it. Right now, the Blossoms closer than they've ever been to taking a set from Ouachita. Small is going to give it up to Littlefield. That's blocked. Hanson going to give it up to Adams. Fielded by Smalls. Kisgan, she'll set up Brazil. Ware is under it. What a dig by Kisgan, but they're going to say she didn't get under it in time. 22-21. UAM inching into this one continually, and Cameron, this is one starting to become interesting.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of fight in them right here. They really want this win. They really want this set right now, and it's showing.
Hanson over to Adams. And what strength by Emily Adams, and that one is just unplayable. When you give Emily Adams a full swing, she knows exactly where to put it. Sophie Henry, she'll move to the back row to serve here. Smalls, Hanson under it. Whitaker, she's going to set up Brazil. And that time, just a reception error that time from Echeverria. And Ouachita, it's set point for the Tigers.
That brings us to set point for Ouachita.
Here's Henry. Scroggins. Over to Grubbs. That one's blocked. UAM, they've got to go back at it. Whitaker to Brazil. Over to Grubbs, over the block, Fairchild is under it. Nice dig by Henry. And just gonna finish it off is Scroggins that time. Cook, she'll come in for Meredith. Tigers still one away here. Maylee Cook, she'll serve now. Hanson up to Brazil, off the block. Hanson now to Fairchild, and that's going to be the dealing blow. Washita, they take it in 25-22. And with that, we'll take another break. Tigers take set number 2. Now on to set number 3 here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Owned by Washita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
Knight Insurance Professionals. We offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
And welcome back to the Washita Sports Digital Network. Isaac Bourne here, joined by Cameron Boyd. And Cameron, we've seen a two-set match, but UAM really giving Washita all they can handle in this one.
Yeah, I think maybe Washita wasn't quite expecting that from UAM, but they've came in and gave it all they've got. And Washita's really going to have to push here if they want to take this set.
Starting off set 3 for the Tigers up front. Savannah Whitaker, Sophie Henry, and Emily Adams. And out back, it's going to be Haley Fairchild, Riley Brazil, and Courtney Hanson. We'll see if Fairchild is going to move to the front or if Haley Fairchild just, going to give herself some experience out back. We'll see. Well, actually, no. She's actually going to go out for Kylie Kisgan. I should have expected that. Either way, Hanson, she'll be back to serve to start this one. And about 32 minutes till theater play starts starts over at JPAC. So we're on the clock right now here in two different ways. Small's going to give it up to Grubbs. Hanson now to Henry, and that's what you want to see from this Washita team. Somehow UAM keeps it alive, though. Hanson now to Adams. And Sophie Henry, the solo block for the freshman, is going to start off the scoring here. Washita leads 1-0. Here's Hanson back again. Mia Smalls, she's going to gain the kill that time. That's her 5th kill of the game. And like I said, knocking on the door of a triple-double. She's going to need 5 more in this one, though, if she wants to come away with a triple-double.
Yeah, and I think she's very good about tricking the other team because I wasn't expecting it either, and I don't think Washita was.
Hanson, a nice setup for Whitaker, and she's going to grab the back line. What a shot from Whitaker. Now Whitaker, she'll move from the front row to the back row. Shout out to Dr. Jackson Carter in attendance tonight. That one's going to be blocked. Brazil, that one's fielded by Smalls. Now here's Grubbs, and that one's going to go outside the antenna. Just can't keep it inside the bounds. Whitaker continuing to stay back there. Washita scored the last 2. Smalls to Grubbs. Nice dig by Kisgan. Hanson now to Whitaker. Free shot for the Tigers. Grubbs, nice kill that time, and almost takes out someone on the. oh my goodness!
I don't know how she dodged that one. It came so fast.
Some kind of X Games type of reaction over there.
Oh my goodness!
What's the movie I'm trying to think of where Neo? Yes, the Neo type reaction that time. That time's gonna elude the back line. And Washita, they lead 4-2. Cameron, we're just having fun tonight.
We are, just you have to do that. You got to laugh at things like that, especially when it's just been a long day, long week. It's almost Thanksgiving break.
Ready for a nice weekend off.
Yes.
All the games are away this weekend, so no OSDN broadcast for the first time in quite a while. We're all just excited to, maybe get a break before next week. We might have a little bit of fireworks. We'll see. We'll see how ESPN feels about that one,
yeah.
Cameron. That one's going to go down for UAM, and they inch to within 1. Scroggins, she'll come in for Ware. Next week, just one OSDN broadcast during the week, as we'll be back here on Tuesday night for senior night as Arkansas Tech comes to town, the number 3 team in the conference. Brazil is going to get that one through the block and down. But then also, are we going to have a Saturday broadcast, Cameron? We don't really know.
We don't know yet. Maybe if College Game Day just decides they want to come down to the Dell.
For anyone who knows anything about Washita and the Twitter just absolute firestorm going on right now, we'll see how broadcasts go. But we like to say OSDN competing with the largest brand in sports networking right now for the Battle of the Ravine at the moment. Bidwell to Fairchild, nicely fielded by Ware. Bidwell going to give it up. Here's Brazil. Ware over to Meredith, and just can't get under it is Savannah Whitaker. Cook sends it over. Brazil's under it. Bidwell going to give it back to Brazil, and that's going to go through the block and out. Thedford now going to come in for Whitaker.
She now serves for Washington.
6-4 is the Tiger lead. Brazil now to serve and can't get it over the net. Another service ace for the Tigers.
And that's going to be their 6th service error of the night.
Tigers they're cleaning up a couple errors up front, but now it's the job of them to really clean up some of those errors on the serve.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Echeverria here. Blossoms to within 1. The official now deliberating. Talking it over, and the point still goes to the Blossoms. So back up and running here. Kisgan under it. Bidwell now to Thedford. Off the top of the block, fielded well now by the Blossoms. Scroggins. Bidwell going to give it up to Scott. That one's through the block and down. I think for a second Brazil thought that might have been her swing, but she backs off and lets the freshman get a little experience there.
And now Sophie Henry back in at that front row.
Once again, we're seeing that youth for Ouachita on full display. And that time the kill in the back corner. Gonna go to Grubbs. She's the leader on her team in kills tonight with 7 in 22 attempts. Here's Mayer back to serve. And Henry Ware gets under that. And Mia Smalls just can't wrangle the set. And right there, just hoping to brush that one off. Smalls, one of the better setters in the conference that time, just unable to get under it. Tigers lead 8-6, hoping to pull away after that error that time. Smalls going to give it up to Grubbs. Now Hanson to Adams. And they're going to say that one did hit the ground. Ouachita now up by 3. Adams now up to 6 kills in this one. No player on Ouachita with 10 or more kills up to this point yet.
Riley Brazil getting close with 9.
Smalls, she's going to send it over. There's Kisgan. Hanson looking for the back corner. Echeverria is there. And Kisgan tries to get under it, but nice awareness that time by Grubbs to find the gap and put it down there.
And it looks like there was a little bit of hesitation by the Tigers. They weren't quite sure who should have went for that, so I think the reaction time was a little late, and that's why she wasn't able to get it.
Meredith coming in for Cook for the Cotton Blossoms. Now here's Smalls. She'll loft it into the front row. Now Hanson to Thedford. And that one's blocked back down. Kaylee Thedford is denied at the net. Smalls, it's 8 serving 9. She'll loft it again. Here's Brazil under it. Hanson looking for Thedford again. That time she's going to get it into the hands of Echeverria. Hanson now to Henry. And Kisgan is going to get her hands under it, but Ouachita also running to get under it as well, and no one able to be there at the front of the net.
And you can see we're just trying to collect themselves and brush that off and get ready for this next point because they have relinquished their lead they had going.
Hanson over to Thedford, and that one's blocked out back. And Ouachita is going to get up to double digits. Whitaker now in for Thedford. Smalls, and just can't put it in the right spot. The handling error by Smalls is going to serve as a point for Ouachita. Smalls, she's got the double-double here, 21 assists and 10 digs, now just 4 kills away. She'll be set up well, but it's blocked right back down. Grubbs has to get it over. There's Kisgan. Hanson to Brazil. Nice block up front again. Grubbs again, and it's blocked. Sophie Henry heading up a block that just will not let any of her teammates touch the ball.
Just really having herself a good night. I'm very impressed. Just seeing the way she's playing.
Henry, a type of player, too, that I wouldn't be surprised if later on in this season, Coach Frizz starts to test out in the main lineup, especially when a player like Fairchild or Gardner may be having an off night. Speaking of Gardner, though, no sight of her since the first set. Coach Frizz really saying, Leah, you've done a good job, but we're going to give the freshman a little bit of an opportunity here.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think, like you said, Leah has done a good job. I don't think that means she's done bad, but it just shows that Sophie can step up and play in that position when needed.
Gardner, one of the more consistent players in this conference. She's been towards the top in hitting percentage since the beginning of the year. But also tonight, 4 for 5 on her shots. Now Henry, she's going to go to the back row and serve. Smalls can't get it to her teammate, and the Tigers really starting to pull away here. Smalls, that one off the block and off to the side. Credit the kill that time to Littlefield. Littlefield shall now go back behind the line to serve. Ouachita now wiping up some sweat off the floor. You know, Cameron, a player I'd like to see, and Frizz, if you're hearing this later on, I'll say it like it is. I want to see Erin Dawson on the court. That one's going to go for a kill for Brazil.
Yeah, I think last time we saw Erin Dawson play that front middle position, she did a really good job. I remember watching her last year and just repeatedly calling her name out.
Erin Dawson actually finishing the season last year for Ouachita with the highest hitting percentage in the conference. It was an even 100, but with a small sample size. But man, you'd love to see the senior getting some time here, especially on a night where Ouachita's really just having whatever they want against this Cotton Blossom team. Smalls going to give it up to Scroggins. Whitaker's under it. Nice setup that time by Bidwell on the run. Tigers, they're going to get a free opportunity here. Bidwell up to Scott, and just a little too much arm on that one. Going to overcome the line and out.
Now serving for UAM, number 2, Cook.
Here's Cook to serve. She'll loft it to Brazil. Bidwell now to Scott, and she skies for the kill and really just puts it down over the block. And Cameron, here's another freshman, Delaney Gonzalez. You always love to see her out on the court.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I love to see her on the bench. She just has so much energy, so bringing her in on the court is going to be a lot of fun.
Gonzalez, the type of player that, just like Henry and Scott, the only reason she has not seen the court a lot this year is just because of the talent that Ouachita has in their seniors and juniors. Whitaker's going to put that one down for a kill. Ouachita now just 8 away from taking this one. Gonzalez going to serve again. Nice line drive, and UAM, they field it well. Bidwell to Whitaker. Smalls going to give it up to Converse, and it's blocked out of bounds. Scott tried to get her hands on top of it, just not aware of where she was putting it down at. Now Echeverria back to serve. Echeverria, she's probably, I would say she's traveled the furthest, but Grubbs is from Okinawa, Japan. But Echeverria from Utah, transfer in from Casper Community College, native of Lehigh, Utah. Bidwell over to Whitaker. Bidwell going to give it up again to Whitaker. Off the block, Tigers are going to field it well. Now she's going to give it to Whitaker again, and finally, third time's the charm for Savannah Whitaker, and she's starting to rack up that kill count. No side of Erin Dawson here, as Sophie Henry is going to take the middle blocker position for the Tigers. Kisgan going to put it in on the left hand. And Smalls trying to get the kill that time, but nicely fielded by Bidwell. Bidwell now to Henry, and she skies over the block and down. And Cameron, I'm excited for the future that you're going to get to call play-by-play when you've got players like Scott and Henry that can literally just reach over the block and put it down.
Yeah, it looked so effortless. I felt like she was floating in the air for a couple seconds.
And tonight we've seen so many players get some time, and a lot of players like Delaney Gonzalez, Sophie Henry, Margaret Addison Scott, all three of Ouachita's freshmen getting time on the court tonight. Cameron, how excited does this make you feel? Because next year, I'm going to be gone, and you're going to be in this position getting to say these names over and over again.
I mean, it is sad. It's bittersweet, I guess, but I am excited. And I think their future is very bright, and I'm excited to get to be here for it.
Well, let's not be sad just yet. We've got a Tuesday night game coming up. So senior night is not here, so I'm not going to be sad. And we've still got 30 seconds. So, Cameron, before this timeout is over, 6 points away from a win here. Ouachita has about 15 minutes before I got to go. Cameron, what do we see here?
I've just really loved seeing these younger players step up, and I think they've done a great job. And I think they're just going to continue to bring that skill to the court because they have it and they want to prove themselves.
Resuming play here. Kisgan going to send it in on the left hand. Smalls. And Ware on the overhand hit, can't get it over the net. Ouachita now the first to hit 20. 5 away are the Tigers, looking to silence the Blossoms tonight. Smalls, that one's blocked. Off the top of the block, Bidwell's under it. Kisgan, she's going to set up Whitaker. Bidwell under it. Kisgan will set her up again. Now it's Scott. Blocked in behind the front line. Tigers still 5 away now. Jordan Ware, though, back to serve for the Blossoms. Bidwell up to Henry. And that ball is still moving all the way to the back wall off the block. Tice, she'll come in for Margaret Addison Scott. Anne-Marie Tice now getting her first bit of time in the game tonight.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I'm glad Coach Frizz is putting in these newer players, but there are other ones on the bench that I would like to see some too, and Tice was one of those.
Frizz, here's your call for Aaron Dawson again. If you're watching this, you can shoot me a text and we'll talk. Gonzalez gets under it. Bidwell. Over to Whitaker. Bidwell, she's going to set up her middle blocker, and Henry. She's going to send it through the defense and down. She's got 6 kills tonight in 11 tries.
A great night for her, just continually going up and slamming down that ball.
Ouachita just spreading the wealth tonight. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players with 3 or more kills tonight. So that one's going to overcome the back line. The Tigers just absolutely cruising to this win here tonight.
And just 2 points remaining for them. If they keep it up, you may not have to leave early for that play.
Well, let's see here. Grubbs is going to send it over. Kisgan gets under it. Gonzalez is going to give it to Whitaker. Now here's Smalls. Up to Littlefield. Bidwell now back to Whitaker. And it just barely is going to go past the back line. I wanted that one too, Cameron, I'll be honest.
Yep, I did too. And I thought it was funny watching Delaney Gonzalez step over Kylie to get the dig she got back there.
A little bit of Allen Iverson action that time, trying to step over Tyron Liu. Bidwell over to Henry. The soft touch is down. She can throw it down, but she can also just slowly loft it onto the floor as well.
And that's what it's about, just knowing which one to do.
Tigers just 1 point away here from winning this 1 in 3. We'll see how Whitaker does. Whitaker, she'll loft that one in. Smalls gonna give it up to Grubbs. Bidwell to Henry. Smalls under it. Grubbs again. There's Tice. Bidwell, Brazil. And the block for UAM is going to keep them in this one for just a little bit longer. Substitutions now for the Blossoms. It's Taylor Wilson and Brianna Converse in. It's match point as Wilson sends it over. Bidwell gives it up to Henry, and there it is! Ouachita wins it in 3 sets, and they pick themselves a good pick-me-up win before a matchup with Arkansas Tech on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and I think this match was good, just letting new players come in and play, get some experience like Sophie Henry, taking 8 kills tonight. Great night for her.
Well, Cameron, I've got to go, and so does this broadcast. Your final score here from the Spec, Ouachita 3, UAM 0. We'll see you back on Tuesday evening for senior night as Arkansas Tech comes to town, and we'll see you next time here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One. Hi, everybody. It's Pete Kranick of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.